Previously on Chadtronic.
Show pride and support with a well-known American icon.
Chia.
There's no better way to show your American pride by growing an either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump chia pet. This is a terrible ad, but for whatever reason, I do feel compelled to buy these.
Also, Chia Sanders and Chia Obama.
This is costing me $73.86. You guys better like this video. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna place my order with Monday delivery. It's done.
You're watching Chadtronic.
Ladies and fricks, my name is Chadtronic, and today we celebrate America with our special edition Freedom of Choice Chia Pets. Here we have a variety of politicians that were made into Chia Pets. These were featured in Cursed Commercials number 4. And in fact, you actually even saw me purchase these at the end of the video. I actually intended on making this video way earlier, like back in October of 2019. But then I moved and things kind of got crazy, so I didn't get a chance to make it. Also, these take like 1 to 2 weeks to grow. So this video is gonna take a while to make after I'm done recording the intro, but I am strangely very excited about this. I've always wanted to make a video about chia pets, but I did not think it would be about politicians. So starting from over here, we've got Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama. But this is the special edition Barack Obama. This is the happy Barack Obama. There was another version that was not the special edition, and it was just like Barack Obama making like a regular neutral type of expression. This one is the happy Obama, and it's much more cursed looking actually now that I'm looking at it. Let's go ahead and start with Donald Trump. I think for the most part, this actually does look like Donald Trump. I think they did a pretty good job with this one. That sounds interesting. It's kind of like the same material that you plant like a flower pot. It's like that same sort of material. There he is. That's Donald Trump right there. There he is. Chia seeds with like the vintage iconic chia pet cat that I remember being on TV commercials when I was a kid. Wait, is that a cat? It's like a cat with like a human face. What the heck? That is very cursed. Chia seeds ASMR. Hillary Clinton. I feel like that actually does also look like Hillary Clinton. Yeah. Let's open up Chia Bernie Sanders. I think it kind of looks like Bernie Sanders. I think it'll even look more like Bernie Sanders once there's actually hair grown on top of the head. But now that I'm looking at it in person, I can kind of see it a little bit. And last but not least, our special edition Chia Happy Barack Obama. And that's, you know what? It does actually say that on the box. It says right there in very small text, Chia Obama, quote, happy. That does not look like Barack Obama to me. That does not look like it. Planting and caring for your I'm Proud to Be an American chia collection with original chia seeds. Submerge your chia in water for 1 hour. Wow, this is demanding. This looks like some sort of like disgusting oatmeal or something. Now that our chia pets are all set up and ready to grow for the next couple weeks, we're gonna take a look at a very cursed patriotic collectible. This is the Donald Trump Build-A-Bear. I'm just kidding. That's not what this is. This is not a Donald Trump Build-A-Bear. Although, it's very close to something like that, if that were to ever exist. I would not put it past Build-A-Bear to eventually do something like that. But, this is a teddy bear, of course, based on our current president. And what's it called? It's actually called Trumpy Bear. Seems like a very forced name. I don't think I've ever heard someone call a teddy bear a Trumpy bear. Seems like a very forced sort of thing to come into existence. I will give them this. They at least got the hair pretty accurate, actually. Some of you might be wondering why the heck I even have this thing. I mean, some of you might not be wondering. I own a lot of weird and cursed things, so maybe you don't wonder why I have this. But the real reason I had this is this came out in like 2016, 2017, and I've had it since then. If you haven't seen it already, the infomercial for this is hilarious. It is terrible. The first time watching the infomercial, I thought it was a parody. I didn't think it was real until I went to the website and I actually could buy this. The sad part about the story is, unfortunately, I was not able to make a reaction video to the infomercial, even though I went out of my way to get explicit permission from the makers of the commercial directly. There's some company out there that is just constantly copywriting that stupid commercial. So, because of that, I was never able to make a reaction video. I just got stuck with this. So when I was making a video about chia pets based on like political figures, I thought, finally, maybe I can squeeze this into a video and at least show this thing off and talk about it, because it's very strange. I did get this special certificate, so I know I have an authentic Trumpy bear. I know there's probably a lot of cheap Chinese bootleggers making Trumpy bear, but at least I know that mine is authentic. Oh, that's right. There's one feature about this. It does do like one thing. I mean, most people probably buy it to put on a shelf, or I don't know what child or adult would want to snuggle with this. I mean, just as a bear, ignore the fact that it's based on our president. Just as a bear itself, it's kind of ugly. I don't know who would want to snuggle with this. I know this exists from watching the infomercial, so that's how I know this is here. There is supposed to be like a flag in here or something. America, America, why did we sell this product? Yeah, so if this thing wasn't weird enough already, it for some reason has this like American flag cape. There's not really much else to say about this. I'm glad I was finally able to talk about it, but yeah, that's Trumpy Bear. I think the infomercial is more entertaining than this bear itself. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. Unfortunately, I probably will not ever be able to make a reaction video about that. And this is unfortunately when the Chia Pet time lapse ends. I got sick in the middle of making this video, and I wasn't able to keep them watered for a couple of days. I was really sick. I wasn't able to do anything besides just like sleep. So unfortunately, in those couple days where I was sick, all the chia pets died. They all died. They withered. They started growing like this weird white fuzz on them. It wasn't a good situation. I was kind of okay with this though, because there was like a couple things I did incorrect with these. I had trouble with the chia seeds growing on the very tops of their heads. And that's because I over applied the seeds. You're not supposed to lay it on like a thick paste. You're supposed to lay it on very thin. There should never be more than one seed on top of each other when putting them on the chia pet. Otherwise they just, I don't know why, but they just have trouble getting sunlight and sprouting for some reason. So I kind of did it incorrect at the very beginning of this, but I did it correctly afterwards, because after this first round of chia pets failed, I did still have enough chia seeds to do one last chia pet, only one. And I went to Twitter to ask you guys which one of the 4 I should redo, and everyone voted for Bernie Sanders. So Bernie Sanders became the one last surviving chia pet that I kept and restarted for the rest of this video. So we have a second time lapse of Bernie Sanders himself growing more correctly on the second round of this. And here we are, our fully grown Bernie Sanders chia pet. Just something I wanted to quickly comment on. This video has taken like a month to make. The first part of this video, the very beginning, was recorded in late February. I think I recorded it on the same day as the day I filmed the Fushigi video. And now this video, the ending part of this video that I'm recording now, is being only recorded a few days before I upload it, late March. And I just wanted to say that while making this chia pet video, the world has become a very different place. It's very interesting. It'll be interesting editing this video and seeing naive and innocent Chad before, you know, everything happened. And now at the end of this video, a lot has happened while I've just been trying to grow these chia pets, is all I wanted to say. Getting back on topic. Once again, this is our Bernie Sanders fully grown chia pet. I have never actually owned a chia pet before. This is never something I've ever done in my entire life. I've kind of always wanted to do it. It always looked like a fun little thing to do, especially if you find one that's like based on your favorite character or celebrity or something. It can be like a fun thing to have on display. You know, it's a fun little gimmick. Very, very interesting. I will say this though. Now that I'm coming to the end of this video, after this taking like a month to make this video, I am super sick of chia pets. I can't even express how sick I am of taking care of these things. They are a real thing to babysit, let me tell you. You have to keep them watered once, sometimes twice a day. In order to get them to actually grow more efficiently, I had to buy a grow lamp, mostly because it's not a real accessible spot in my house that faces the sunlight. These things take a lot of maintenance. It was a lot of work. I'm glad to be finally done with this video. So what are my final thoughts on how this turned out? I kind of did some research, and I think for the most part, most chia pets don't really ever look like they do in their advertising. Like, here's expectation versus reality meme right here. Maybe if you're really good at growing plants, you can know some shortcuts or additional methods to maybe make this look a little bit more attractive is maybe the word. Better. I don't know. I am kind of disappointed. It's strange. It didn't grow out as much as I thought it would. This one right here that I'm holding, I think it was like 2 weeks and 2 days, 2 weeks and 3 days, something like that. I would have thought I would have seen better results. I don't know. I would have seen more volume. Here on the back, it looks like this was maybe my fault. I think some of the seeds just fell off in the early watering. I think that's what happened there. This did grow slightly better on the top, but there's a lot of like weird black looking seeds. There's also a lot of seeds still attached to the fully grown plant that just haven't like fallen off. I don't know what to think about this. I think this is kind of the case for most people that grow chia pets. I don't think I did anything entirely wrong, at least not the second time around. I know I did some things wrong the first time, but that I just mentioned earlier. But this time around, I don't think I did a whole lot wrong. The room I grew this in was like room temperature, which is what they suggest. Don't grow these in a room that's too cold, too hot. Make sure they get plenty of sunlight. Maybe natural sunlight would have produced better results since I was using a grow lamp for most of mine. I don't know. This wasn't a failure, but it wasn't a success. I just don't know quite what to think of it. So anyway, I think this is where things are gonna wrap up. I know a lot of people were looking forward to this video. I hope it somewhat met your expectations. Yeah, I almost find the events that have occurred during the time making this video to be more interesting than the video itself. I don't know. The world is ending and I'm spent my time watering and growing chia pets. That's it. That's the video. Chia.